follow them and see what you can do to sort of, call attention to them. Difficult thing is, do you want to, get into one of those kind of true, what is spamming kind of on Twitter? Because if you find a blog and you know this person has a Twitter account, do you then send a note to them about that you might be interested in my new book? I would say yes. Do you do it every day? No, I would say don't do it all the time. There is spamming that goes on Twitter. But I think if people, particularly people who appreciate books, have a lot of respect for writers and authors online, and that's a community that you want to be part of. And it's I have a list called Bedazzled by Books, and it's several hundred, 600 or so people on there now that are just accumulating. People who I know are people that I like to sort of see kind of what they're thinking or tweeting about day to day. Yeah.
I have two questions. One, I haven't heard you mention anything about SEO and incorporating that onto websites, which is actually booked for me. There's some words in there.
Okay.
Just wanted to get your opinion about that. And then the other thing is, a few years ago, I launched a children's book, and I had a newsletter. And on my website, I had people join the newsletter, and I collected all these email addresses, which was great. And every time something happened with the book, I would send out a newsletter. Is that obsolete at this point?
No.
Twitter?
No, not at all. No, in fact, newsletters have become a lot easier because there are Notely. What's the newsletter? As an app, you can create a newsletter on the fly.
Letterly, do you mean?
Which one?
Letterly?
Letterly is one of them. Yeah, there's another one. But I know there are a number of apps and so newsletters are.
Because not everybody's on Twitter, right? There's just some people that are still.
That's right.
If you have email addresses of people who actually, say, yes, I want to hear about your books, then that's gold. Yeah,
It's
that's
far
much
higher
better.
value than any social media.
People are on Twitter because they don't have that.
Right.
That's why people go to Twitter. No, that's the difficult thing to have. SEO, I did mention a little bit, maybe I didn't call it SEO, but when I say, if you think of what keywords, what words someone who wants to hire you would use when they're searching on Google, that is SEO. That's optimizing your site so that those words, which would be your keywords, would be the ones you want to be sure you have on your page so that they're more likely to find you.
The best search engine optimization, aside from that, is keeping your website content fresh. So Google and other search engines reward new content placed on the website on a regular basis. If you are placing content with WordPress or maybe Tumblr, I'm not sure, but a lot of systems will pull particular data from your posts and turn it into usable metadata for Facebook, for Google, for Twitter, and all that stuff ends up in the sort of background of the page that generates your post. And that stuff adds to SEO more effectively than any sort of intentional SEO that you can do.
That is what SEO means, right?
What is it? Search engine.
Search engine optimization is basically natural search. You're not paying for it, you're optimizing your site so that people are likely to find you.
I just want to add one more thing that's effective too is I was advised to write articles about ghostwriting, write articles about copy editing, whatever it is that you do. Put them right up on the site because again, as you're writing those things, it's like, what is this job? So people understand it, but the key, the tag words can go right in there and that just gives you another opportunity to be found.
Yeah, if you can pack your post title with as many keywords as you can think of, that is extremely valuable, and you just, you can't be too literal-minded with people on the web, just put up there what they want to read and they'll find you.
Yeah.
Do that for blog? Is that one you
Yes.
use for blog on your site?
Oh yeah, blog is another. From Google SEO standpoint, blog is another page where it's going to give the spider is going to, the across the page is going to give sort of higher ranking to your headlines. So you want to you want to try to get as many of your stronger keywords into your headline.
What do you mean by keywords?
Yeah. So what you as a writer, you sometimes want to be evocative and have something that's kind of mysterious in your headline. From an SEO standpoint, no, you don't want to do that. You want to be there. You want to say, you want to have whatever you think the Google spider is going to use to find your article. You want to put those words in the headline. So if you're writing about ghostwriting should be in your headline. If you're writing about, some aspect of technology, whatever the subject of it is, it's better to have that right in the headline because you're going to get a better quality and more search traffic by doing that.
Think of it the way you think of an email. You put what you want from the person you're writing to in the subject line, because then they'll see it and then they'll understand. And that's how search engines work. They read the title first, and the title has more weight than anything else. So put what you want in the title so that people will find it.
Rick, any other? Some of you have heard me. My favorite pet peeve about writer websites is having cats on it. And I've made it clear to writers in our network that you will have 2 strikes against you. Go to your website and there's a cat on it. I say that as a polite way to get into, do you have certain, as many don'ts as do's in terms of things to not have on your website that could, be problematic? But then also talk about some of the things that are good to have, the concrete specific things to have on your website.
The thing I always advise people to make sure that they do is don't put too much on one page. Just, you have 3 seconds to get the least engaged user. So that's who we designed web pages for, the least engaged user. So make sure that whatever information you really need to convey is easy to find, and there isn't too much more on a page. If you make your page clear, people will understand what's there, and they'll take the action that you intend them to take, which is, either send you an email asking you to hire them. I got that the wrong way around, but or buy your book or what have you, or sign up for your email newsletter list. Just make it very clear.
I have just occurred to me. If you have like several different careers, for lack of a better word, is it better, like I've been struggling with trying to put everything under the same umbrella. Is that a better?
Isn't that much. I use Hootsuite for Twitter and for Facebook for updates, and I can send updates to LinkedIn as well. So if I think the message that I'm sending out would appeal to that audience as well, then I'll add that to the recipient list for that kind of message. Really, it's you can't really do anything with it. It's a place where you're present so that people can find you, I think, more than anything else.
Oh, well, I mentioned groups before, so there are different groups in which you can join. There are groups you can join where there's discussion about topics that can be of interest. And I think often if you're looking to pitch a certain article idea to someone, frequently you may find that a friend of yours on LinkedIn has a link to that particular person, or if you're looking for a particular magazine. I find that it's a way of using that network to find a connection to someone.
So I go to this person on Connect and say, can you introduce me to so-and-so?
If there's someone you're making a pitch to, if you put that person's name into LinkedIn, you may find that you're 2 connections away from that person because of one other person who's in your network.
Right.
And then you say, write to that person and say, hey, I'm about to pitch this person, can you, give me their email address, or, say something nice about me or something, or tell me what a great person I am. I mean, there is a way where there is this whole idea that the strength of weak connections, and that the whole idea is that you have LinkedIn, the larger your network, the more you're reaching out into a universe where you can draw on those connections. I've frequently been able to or help other people. Someone, will come to me and say, can you introduce me to this person? And it's a way of scratching each other's back. But in the group standpoint, there are discussions that go on where you can establish your credibility and authority in a given area by participating in discussions in groups. Someone has a question, you answer it, or you ask a question and other people answer. There's an exchange there, and that's another way of doing it. Plus, there's other kind of tools. One, you can link to your creative portfolio. There's another app called BlogLink where you can link to your blog. And there are a number of other, and LinkedIn Labs is a way they're constantly inventing new apps that are trying to make LinkedIn more robust and more kind of social, and there are other things there. You can search for events now on LinkedIn, you've used it before, which will tell you about, it could be a business conference or some event or some webinar on a given topic that you may find interesting there.
Thank you guys. I just want to give us a 10-minute warning. So if Sean and Rich want to stay around, we can go hang out in the cafeteria, but if you've got burning questions, ask them now.
Can I just add something about LinkedIn that's
Sure.
been useful for me?
Yeah,
When people link in with me, you know, you just get this email that says so-and-so wants to link with you, and usually you just go yes. But you have the opportunity then to add a note. And that, I found that if that's somebody that has anything to do with what you're doing for a living, you use that note. And you go,
Absolutely.
thanks so much for linking in with me. Here's what I'm doing, here's my website. If you ever need an editor, you let me know.
Excellent. Yes, that's
And-
fabulous advice.
And you can do the same thing. LinkedIn sends these updates. Anytime somebody changes something on LinkedIn, they add a new experience, they add something else, and it goes out to everyone. Everyone knows that's going out. You can respond. You can click on that, send that person a message saying, "Congratulations."
Yeah.
And they respect that. It's LinkedIn. It's
Yeah.
not spam. You're their connection, and then there's another chance to say,
Yeah, you now have a feed on your LinkedIn page, which is, only happened the last year or so. There's a feed, much as you have on Facebook, there's a feed on your LinkedIn page of different news and things they're connected with, or new jobs and things like that.
"Glad to hear about that new job. And if you ever need an editor, you let me know."
Yeah, yeah.
I've had
yeah.
two, three pieces of work from there, and that's it's
Yeah,
had a lot.
LinkedIn is a very powerful professional network. And I would say, to John's point earlier, well, there's a temptation, when you say on LinkedIn, to sort of take your whole email list and spam everybody. I don't recommend doing that at all. What I usually do is just go and do personal notes to whoever I want to get linked in for exactly that reason, is you remembering this is a relationship that you want to build on. So you want not to just say, I'll let you first professional, where you're basically essentially spamming everybody. You make it more personal and more.
But you can still.
Because you can actually go in and edit that. You have a certain number of characters, they're not very long. It has to be a short note, 300 characters. But it's, I think, you're more likely to get a, you're such more likely to get a response that way, which is what you want. You want to reconnect.
For Twitter, like for so many of us, I know the hesitation is that it seems so time consuming. Can you just give really quick advice for people who have like 5 minutes a day to spend on Twitter? What should we do? Should we be retweeting? Should we put on original tweets? If you really have limited time.
The easiest, most low-impact way to use Twitter is to go on for a few minutes, every few days maybe, and retweet things that you like. And there's a favorite button, there's a little star in every tweet, and if you like something that somebody said, but you don't want to comment on it or spread it around, you can just click that like button, and that person sees that you favorited something that they said. So just do a little bit of that, and one thing that you'll find is conversations will grow out of those things. So, if you answer a tweet or two and you retweet a tweet or two and favorite a tweet or two every day or every few days, that's enough. I mean, that's enough to start building your follow list, and that's pretty low impact.
Yeah, do you have an interest area, maybe a couple of people that I mean, I find there, in any given area, there are one or two people who always either have some street link that they're putting up, and then if I go there, it's like, it's going to be time well spent, and I'm probably going to get a retweet out of it, and so investment. Yeah, so you're right, investment of time versus what kind of value you get out of it. And I think as you follow more people, you find there's some people who are really continually ready to discover.
So for those people, would you retweet them or?
Yeah, usually I retweet. Yeah. See, I mean, usually I retweet. I think you appreciate this. I have a certain bias. I find most people retweet, or even when they do link, they ignore the writer. Almost everybody who writes an article on the web that's someone getting tweeted for a thing is on Twitter, and I'm always amazed how little respect or credit they get for their writing. So I will also, in any given article, I'll go in and I'll see, does that person have a Twitter account? I'm going to say, this is a great piece, bye, and then put the Twitter account on there, and it's on where they're on, and then I'll do the link, and frequently I get comments back saying, oh my God, thanks, because it's a writer kind of getting recognition for something that any number of other links, then no one else can bother to do that.
Well, and not only that, if they have followers, they're gonna retweet. If you mention their name, they're gonna retweet
Yeah,
it.
and they're
Because
likely to
then people
retweet it.
look for that.
Yeah, they will,
And,
yeah.
then that'll get out more. I had a similar question about, and sort of involves time and etiquette.
Mhm.
Like, if you do have something, like an article or whatever, is it like, I mean, if you do it once, then like, can you do it more than one time, or is that just rude?
Well, is it the only thing you're tweeting? Well, that's
Well,
one of the
say-
categories in Twit Cleaner, only talks about herself.
No, but I'm just in terms of etiquette, like if you send it, I have hardly any followers anyway, but if you send it out once, you're only gonna get, my assumption is you get like a certain subset of people seeing it.
But the different people following you different times during the day. So I'm always amazed when I see really kind of professional social media people tweeting the same thing several times.
So you're not supposed
sometimes a
to?
day. And you realize you can also enable subscriptions to your own personal page. Facebook enables you to do that. You go to your settings, and someone doesn't have to friend you to follow what you're saying on Facebook. They can actually subscribe to your feeds without becoming a friend. That's a well for me.
Well, I'm glad you asked about Wikipedia because I was thinking the same. When searches Wikipedia, is that gonna get you? Somebody from
Yeah, Google loves Wikipedia. To Google Wikipedia entries, on this knowledge graph I described, Wikipedia is the first thing that shows up. Wikipedia entry.
So that could be the best way to get a quick profile of yourself.
Yep, that'll show.
And you say public profile, so if you're an author, posted in the Times, whatever. That's public.
Yeah, great. So one of the reasons we're here is because we are available for hire. And so we have cards here, so if you're interested, someone was taking some cards. If you're Okay, cool. So there are more cards.
And you guys, thank you, everybody, so much for coming.